Oh, look at that. The rain just stopped just as I started streaming. So, hello and welcome to today's stream. Thank you to anyone who might be watching. So, this is where we were at the end of yesterday. I finally figured out, because yesterday I couldn't get this structure to complete, this astral sorcery structure to complete. I figured out that it was one of the blocks that I placed wrong, so I had to break it, and now I've got this nice thing going on here. Now this altar, this crafting altar here, shows the current starlight available for crafting. Now as you can see, it's quite low, and that is obviously because the sun has just come up. And I don't know if you remember me mentioning, but with this astral sorcery mod, all of the crafting has to be done at night, or the vast majority of it, because you need starlight, concentrated starlight, to do the crafting. So today, hopefully, we're going to mess around a little bit and get some more stuff sorted out for this mod. I've been having a look into it and looking at the various stages of the mod as you progress through it, and it gets pretty intense and actually really interesting, because it's all about studying the night sky. When you look here at this is the book of all the interesting things that you can do in the mod, and it also has the constellations, which eventually you build yourself a telescope and you have to actually look through the night sky and find these constellations in the sky and map them out, so that once you observe them you actually see the constellations mapped out in the night sky. And the really cool thing is that, as you can see with the sun coming up there and the clouds moving, the sun does rise. I mean, obviously a Minecraft day is a lot faster than a normal day. A normal Minecraft day, probably about 25-30 minutes. But the interesting thing is that once you've observed the constellations in the night sky, you actually see them moving across the night sky, which is a really fun kind of mechanic. But what I want to do today to start with is I want to try and find a way to increase the amount of starlight that this thing can collect. Now there is a tiny little structure that goes with it. Let's have a look at the book. So in the research here, this thing, the spectral relay, what we do, we have to build one of these things, which gives us this spectral relay. Then what we do, we build a little structure, and into that structure we place the relay in the middle like that. And what this does is it then collects starlight and channels it into the nearby altar, crafting altar, which is what we've got here. So what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to craft this spectral relay. So let's see, gold nuggets, a glass lens, right, now that's aquamarine surrounded by 4 glass panes. So I've made some glass panes ready. I've got some gold, so I need to turn some of that into gold nuggets. Then I need to get myself an aquamarine. I'm not sure if this will be, I'll be able to craft it during the daytime. I'm not sure how much power it will require. Just have a quick look at the book again. So, right, in a square. Okay, so 4 glass panes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it looks like I can craft that. So with the, if you remember, with this particular crafting, I have to right click this wand. There we go. Okay, so that's that. Then let's check the book. So I need 2 blocks, a piece of marble, glass lens, and 2 gold nuggets. So 2 of those. I think I need just a piece of standard marble, so I'll put myself a piece of that. Like so, and 2 gold nuggets, like so, and the glass lens. Oh, and I can actually make that too. That's kind of cool. Right, that made. Excellent. Right. So now what I need to do I need to build this structure quite close to the altar. So I'm going to put it down here, I think. Let's have a look, what do I need to make it? So I need 4 chiseled marble, 4 marble arch, and sooty marble. Well, I've got all those things in my inventory. So let's have a look. Let's start with marble arch. I think they go in the middle bit. So I've got one there, one there, one there, and one there. And then the chiseled marble goes in the corners, like so. Then we want the sooty marble in the middle, and hopefully the spectral relay put on top, like that. Now, I don't know if that is... Yeah, it might not do it in the daytime, so we're going to have to wait for nighttime. I mean, it's typically, of course, it's midday, so we're going to have to wait for nighttime to see if this works. Assuming it works. Well, in the meantime, while we're waiting for night, another thing I read about astral sorcery is that, generally speaking, you need to be up quite high, because the higher you are, the more concentrated the starlight is. So what I've done, I've set myself up a little base in the hills nearby. Now what I've done here is I've taken, let's just get myself my pickaxe. What I've done here, let's just show you the outside. I've closed it up so that I don't get attacked by mobs during the night time, which is obviously when I need to be up here crafting. So this is I don't know if you remember seeing one before, but I had a full-size temple up here. So what I've done is I've chopped down all the temple thing, and I put a fence around here to stop things from coming and disturbing me down the bottom there when I'm working. So I'm going to go back inside. Okay, let's just block that entrance back up again. Do that. Now, one of the items that you're going to need for doing the more advanced crafting, I don't know if you remember, but to get started in this mod, you needed to have a crafting table by one of these floating crystals. You can't do anything to these. You can't manipulate them. You can't move them or anything. So you need to come here when you need to do specific types of crafting. Now, one of those craftings, you need an item called star metal, and the only way to make it is to get one of these, come to one of these places and place the ore in a particular place. Now, you need for that what's called a linking tool. What you do with this tool is you right click it on the block you want to link, and then you right click it on the block where you want the stuff to shine. Now I've already done that. I've linked these two places together. So what I have to do now is just put down a block of iron like that. And you see all the particles coming out of it? What will happen in a few seconds? It takes a bit longer in daytime to change. You watch. There you go. Star metal ore. Okay, we'll just pop another iron down there. Pick up that. It's kind of an interesting mechanic. You use starlight to change the nature of the ore. Now this is the only way that you can get this star metal ore. So what I've been doing is I've been coming up here at night time and changing this. Okay, and like so. Right, so there we go, and do a couple of those. What I'm going to do just quickly, just respond to people on Twitch. And just letting people know what I'm playing here is the Direwolf 20 mod pack. Okay, right, so Lots of star metal ore. Now, like I said, I've already done quite a bit of this. I'm just going to pop that iron back in there. So I've got a nice little supply when I come up here at night. And let's go back home. Right. So we're getting towards night time. Sun's just going down. I have got, see, I've got some star metal ingots, some stardust, which is kind of cool. This, or you can smelt it directly into star metal ingots, or you can break it down and get this stardust. I think you kind of need both for the crafting. So, right, sun's going down. Let's have a look. Okay. Right, let's have a look. So, I think maybe I have to link this. It did work. So I selected the altar. There we go. Oh, you have to select the altar first. Okay, so selected altar. Okay. Right. Maybe it just does it automatically then. Okay, well, it's filling up with starlight. I don't know if that's any quicker than it normally would be, but if you remember, I used the tool, have a look, use this tool, this phosic resonator. When you have that in your hand, it shows you that this particular area, you see that particle effect. Look around the rest of my base, but this is why I set astral sorcery up here. Because this particular area is extremely good for the amount of starlight that it picks up. So, right, that's that done. Let's have a look, see what we're going to do next. Let's go back to the main page. Right. So we've done most of the stuff here in exploration. We've got the spectral relay up. I haven't made a looking glass because I want to actually use a telescope, so I'm going to try and make a telescope, see if that's a thing that I can do yet. Now, because I've done most of the things in this particular section, this exploration section, it's now opened up another one, this one here, attunement. Now, there is an awful lot more stuff in this one, and one of the things is a telescope. So, oh, I have to make a looking glass because that builds the telescope. Okay, fine, so let's make a looking glass. So I'm going to need another one of those glass lenses. So let's get that started. Sure, let's have a look. Got that. So I need some aquamarine. So let's put the aquamarine in the middle. 4 glass panes around the edge of a square. Crafted. Nice. And then let's look at the book again. So the glass lens, 4 sticks, gold ingot. I have gold, I have that, so I need 4 sticks. Okay. 4. Okay, so it sticks like that, wood in the corner, gold in the middle. Okay, so wood in the corner, gold in the middle, 4 sticks, like so, and a glass lens at the end. There we go. And right click with the wand. Nice. There we go. And I have a looking glass now. I think you can actually try using this. Yeah, see, look at that. And it's starting to see those stars there, look, see it's starting to show me where there's a constellation in the sky. Now you've got to like draw the lines to move to sort of mark out the constellation, but very hard to do with the hand glass, whatever it's called. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use this to turn it into a telescope. So let's have a look. Okay, so a telescope. So we've got that. Now I need 3 more sticks, another plank, and 2 gold. Oh, okay, that's nice and easy. So plank. Oh, I need sticks. More sticks. More sticks. 3 sticks. There we go. So 3 sticks along the bottom. And what was that? 2 gold and hand glass. So 2 gold and looking glass, hand glass. Alright? Why isn't it showing up? Why isn't it showing up? 2 gold ingots. 3 sticks. That looks right. Why is that not giving me the recipe? There's a ring. Oh, yeah, no, plank. 2 gold ingots. Okay, that's a little bit confusing. What's something I'm missing here? It's cycling through all of the potential. Interestingly, it's not saying, oh, okay, let's just try with a different wood. Maybe that's it. Let's try maple, and we'll get some fir wood here somewhere, I think. Oh, I put it near the crate. There we go. Let's just grab one of those just in case. Let's have a look. No, it didn't work. Okay. That's interesting. I wonder why that doesn't work. So you know that it's not working because it doesn't actually show the recipe here on the right hand side. It looks like I've done the recipe right. Planks. Planks are fine. On numbers in starlight. See, it says that that's the point where I should be able to craft it. Maybe I'm not reaching the limit. Okay. This could be interesting. Do love it when a plan comes together. We're coming up on sunrise, so of course now there's starlight starting to fade away from the platform. She's saying that that's the point where it should provide the recipe. Maybe I'm just not getting enough starlight here. I wonder, maybe I should try building another one of these relays on the other side to maximize the effect. Let's do that. Let's build ourselves another spectral relay. So let's take that out of there for now. So we're going to need some more aquamarine. Me too. Should have enough things to make this. Okay. Yeah, see what I'm going to do is try and make another one of these spectral relays over the other side, because you can, I think you can put more than one, so hopefully that will allow me to craft that recipe. Oh, I've forgotten how to make a spectral lens, seriously. Glass lens. Yeah, but it's not what I want, it's a spectral lens. Back in exploration. Spectral relay, there we go. So there's 3 wood and 2 gold. So 3 wood, 2 gold nuggets. See, now there isn't enough starlight for me to do that, so, and the sun's just coming up, so nothing I can do for now. I've just got to wait. This is the only downside with this particular mod, is that you have to do the crafting at night. We shall come back to it, not a problem. So in the meantime, let's go and have a look, see if I can. Hey, excuse me, what are you doing here? How did you get in? Stop it. Look you. This is a no Spidey base. We don't want no Spideys in here. Okay. While we wait for night time, we'll have a look around and see how things are coming along. Getting a nice bit of this sugar cane is really handy because you can use it to make paper, which I don't know if you remember watching. I was doing the other day Thorncraft. I've still got plenty to do in Thorncraft. I just thought I'd try Astral Sorcery for a bit. It's nice in a mod pack like this because you have all kinds of different mods. So if you get bored with something, or you reach a bit of a bit of a roadblock with one particular mod, you can just go off and do something else for a while. Like there's I've been focusing on doing the magic mods for the past couple of days, like the Astral Sorcery and Thorncraft. But there's going to come a point where I'm going to switch back to doing some of the more technological and industrial stuff. There is one particular mod in this which requires a lot of power. Normally in Minecraft you have to go out to either, like, you've got all the different ores and stuff around here that I haven't bothered mining out yet. Normally in Minecraft you have to go and find these ores, you have to go and dig them out manually. There is a mod called Environmental Tech. Let's look at this mod. Now these things, this builds like a big multi-block. These botanic miners, you have ore miners, and you have like a clear laser lens. What you basically do, it's a great big multi-block structure that you build somewhere in your base, and then you have to mine a shaft all the way down to the bedrock from the machine. You provide it with power, quite a bit of power, and it essentially just grabs ores out of the void for you. It does it randomly, and you can change the way it like, for example, you have all these different colored lenses, and these lenses, different lenses, will give you different kinds of ore. It's quite a complex industrial mod, and it takes quite a bit of building to build up a decent size, because you see that it comes in different tiers. You start off with the tier 1 resource miner, and then you go tier 2, 3, 4 and 5. As you build the higher ones, the structures get much larger and much more complex and require ridiculous amounts of power, but they then proceed to supply you with all the ores that you're ever going to need, which is fun, because it kind of it takes something away, because obviously, you know, sometimes it is just fun to go down and endlessly mine away for hours, But also when you're playing mod packs like this, you get to a stage where you need a lot of ore, and so having an automatic way to collect it is kind of a good thing. So I needed 4 marble arch and 4 chisels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the structure before I can craft it, craft the actual relays. So I need 4 arches, I need 4 chisels, not 5, I need 4, and then 1 city. Okay. Right, so we put that one on that side, so how about we put this one over here, so 4 marble arch, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 chiseled, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 sooty. So that's why I'm going to put the other relay on the other side. I think you can put these like all the way around, and it has a bit of a diminishing return. Okay. Okay. So I'm just replying to someone on the stream. Okay. So now I'm just going to wait for night time. It's still middle of the day. Yeah, we still can't make our spectral relay just yet. Okay. So yes, I've been gradually gathering ores and stuff over the last few days, making sure I've got all kinds of interesting things ready for when I need to start working on more advanced mods. I've got some interesting things here, moving hand. Yeah, I need to get the head of the mob. I need to kill something and get its head, which isn't easy to do because the heads are quite a rare drop. But I need a head to make a particular machine to allow me to build a wireless charger. Some of these items, where are we? Like these, acceleration wand. You see they have energy 0, 200,000. I can charge them up, but I need a particular machine to do it. And to get that machine, I have to make another machine. It's all very much like that in Minecraft. You have to have a series of machines like here. I've got to set up here this pulverizer. What it does, takes a base of ore, it breaks it down into its component pieces, puts it through here and smelts it, and it gives you stuff, lots of stuff, lots of iron and gold and nickel, things like that. A bit tedious waiting for night time. Oh, sun's going down. Yay, cool. Right, now let's see, what did I need to make the telescope? So the telescope was 3 sticks, planks, and 2 gold. So 3 sticks. Oh, we're looking glass, 2 gold. Come on, son. Let's go down. Is it rising yet? No, it's not coming up yet. There we're doing time. Okay. Almost night time. craft yet? No, still no starlight. Come on, sunset. Oh, and I've started building my house. The framework's been here for a few days. I haven't really got started on it yet, but I thought to myself today I'm gonna get started on my house. Hopefully by tomorrow we'll have a decent house. I can get my bed in there and a table and chairs, relaxing in the evenings. Come on. Oh, there we go. Starlight's just starting to creep up now. That's good. Should allow me to build the relay soon. It should show you when you've got a crafting recipe in there. It should show you where the target mark is for you to be able to make this recipe. Obviously not there just yet. It will be soon. Watch this space. This is when you want green sleeves playing in the background. Your stream is important to us. Please continue to hold. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, seriously. Night time already. Let's get on with it. Still going up quite slowly, isn't it, that progress bar? I think it would go. I wonder if it's a thing about the time of night, like the moon's just rising. I really want to make this telescope, so I really want to get these constellations done today. So once you have the constellations, then you can start with the real cool crafting. Basically, once you have the constellations, you can build another thing called an attunement altar. It's a similar kind of structure to this, which you build, over there. Once you've started observing the constellations, you can then map out the constellation on that altar, and it gives you particular effects. It allows you to take less damage from mobs, take less damage from falling. It depends on the constellation, but it looks really, really cool. Yeah, come on. What's the point here? Have I got that recipe right? What am I doing? Making a spectral relay. Okay, let's go back. Come out of there. Go back to exploration. Spectral relay. 3 wood. Oh, stupid man. That's why it's not working. You've got the wrong bloody thing in the middle there. It's only a marble pillar. Duh. Really? And this, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Right. Yeah, okay. Always helps if you actually have the proper crafting recipe in there. Right. Hopefully. I should be building me up. Oh yeah, lots of stuff like that. Right, so let's go back to the telescope and see if we can get that made. Come out there, go back to attunement. Yeah. Okay, telescope. Right, so definitely 3 sticks, planks in the middle. Right, so 1, 2, 3 sticks, plank in the middle, gold either side, and a looking glass. I think it's coming up just below the limit, which is really annoying because I can just see there But the starlight I've got isn't quite reaching that line, which probably is why I can't actually craft a recipe. So what I'm going to have to look at doing, I think it may be because this, I don't know if you can see up in the top right there under the map, it shows your X, Z and Y coordinates. Now my Y coordinate is the height above bedrock and it's only 66. I think the maximum in the world is something like 225 or 250. So I'm thinking that the altar itself, even though it's in a good place, might not be in a high place, high enough to get enough starlight to craft this recipe, because it's just stopping shy. It looks like the what I need. Let's have a look at these spectral relays. See maybe if there's something I'm not doing right in linking them up to the altar. Let's have a quick read. Spectral relay. Requiring visual starlight. Connect starlight for yourself. Should starlight maybe in the sky as necessity. The ray of place on it will collect and focus starlight. It says there should be visible sparks coming out from there, so maybe there's something I'm not doing right with these. That's interesting. Oh, okay. So that's interesting because I can put an item in there. Does this actually require an item in it? Once a glass lens is placed inside of it. Oh, goodness sake, really? I really should read these things. So, glass lens, so I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. 2 aquamarine. Yeah, let's quickly make us. Ah, dear. This is why this isn't working. Because we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the bloody sun's coming up again. Seriously. Glass lens. Yes, let's make these quick. Quick. Come on. Alright, glass lens. So you put that in there. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Oh my goodness me. That's what I should have been doing. Well, at least I managed to actually figure it out on camera today rather than getting it completely and utterly wrong and having to like wait until the next day to show you what it was that I'd done wrong. There we go. Let's make another one quick. Come on, we still got time. Another glass lens. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Cool. Okay, so quickly let's try 3 sticks across the bottom, wood plank in the middle, 2 gold either side, and come on, the starlight's fading. Yeah, quick, craft it. There we go. Of course, now that the sun's coming up, I'm going to have to wait till the next night to actually use the telescope. Ooh, come on, you done? No, seriously? It's still making, look at that, look, it went down below the boundary just as it was crafting it. Damn it. Thing is, you can sleep through the daytime. You can sleep through the nighttime to get to the next day, but you can't do it the other way round. So you can't sleep through the daytime to get back to the nighttime. You have to just go off and do something else and wait. Right, okay, so, well, at least I figured out that that's how those work. There's a nice little particle effect on that. Yeah, that is cool. So what these things do now is they end up focusing more starlight into this thing. Yeah, you see, look, it's still going down, but it's going down a lot slower because they're both trying to feed starlight back into it. So I'm just going to leave my recipe there. I did see that it was there ready to craft, so just going to have to wait another 10-15 minutes to get that. Right, okay, fine. Well, at least I know it works. So that's Not as frustrating as it could have been. Let's have a quick look, see if there's anything else we can play around with, get something ready for in the daytime. So let's go back from there. We don't want to be in exploration, we want to be back to attunement. So let's have a look, because there's lots of funky things that you can make in this. Expertise, focus star. Yeah, a lot of the stuff in these chapters is just kind of read-only. Okay, so star metal. Right, okay, can we do anything with star metal? Star doesn't observing stationary objects such as the ground, the pile of star. Okay, that was interesting. This. Oh, I see. This is the next stage of this. You have to completely rebuild this to make the next version. Yeah, so that's going to be fun. We'll be able to do that. Okay, so... Well, still that's something for tomorrow. It has all these different things, dynamism, ritual acceleration, pack settings. Yeah, so to do attunement, you need to build an attunement altar. Which looks like that. A huge structure. Which requires lots of things. 225 sooty marble. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Well, I have the stuff to make it. I just need to get all these bits and pieces together. So what I'm going to do in between today and tomorrow, I'm going to get all those things ready to build myself an altar over here. I'm going to make myself a little observation platform for my telescope. It'd be nice to kind of have a little dedicated place to sit my telescope. Maybe up on top of my house, build like a nice stairway up through, build a nice roof, and then have like a little open bit up on the roof where I can pop my telescope up to observe the night sky. That's kind of fun. It's interesting, you get like a Minecraft mod that gets you into astronomy, which is, you know, not exactly a usual subject for people who play games to be interested in, but you know, I'm up for some of that. So, okay, what we're going to do while we wait for the next night time, we're going to put some of this stuff back away. And these things, these rock crystals, these are really rare and hard to find. So what I might do is take a moment to have a little look underground. Let's just go and repair my tools first. Okay, so I need to repair my hammer. There we go. Repaired. Up there. These guys can all go away. In my bag. My bag. Right down there. Gonna need that resonating wand. Now, let's have a look. What else do I need? Torches. I'm running a bit short on torches. So, do I have... Oh, I think actually I set my old furnaces. I did. I set them to making charcoal. Nice. So I need a stack of sticks. Give myself. Okay, looks like I'm going to have to make some sticks. Fair enough. We will get that done. So I'll do that. Make some of those. Some of that. that. Make some of those, a stack of sticks, another stack of charcoal, and make lots and lots of torches. So put the wood back, and then put those torches up in the bag, and let's go and have a look. See if we can find. What I might do is go to one of my other. Oh no, not that one. Oh, actually, haven't had a look to see how the stuff is going with the Thorncraft today. Let's go and have a look at that. I don't know if you remember me saying, but what I did is I set up a little test site over here, long way away from my base, because when I was doing the Thorncraft stuff, you have this thing called flux, bad magic basically, and that bad magic will cause all kinds of badness. Now, at the end of yesterday's episode, I killed the big seed thing that was here, and it did leave a bit of a mess around here. There's a few blocks, but they don't seem to be spreading, so that's good. That is good. This thing is still here, though. This rift is still here. Now, let me actually take a second just to show you how bad things can get. Well, show you that the actual effect is quite funky. So, I'll grab myself a few stacks of sand. Lots and lots of sand. I love how fast these tools mine. That's not going to be enough. 2 stacks. No, let's go a bit more. Let's make it really, really interesting. So when we were doing the Thorncraft, we had the crucible, which was we were using to break stuff down into its essential elements. It's called essentia, funnily enough. So that gets you what you want, but it also produces bad magic. So I'm going to go up the top of the hill, and up here I did a little setup. So essentially I've got like a water supply supplying the crucible with a little fire underneath. Now, this is what happens when you overload a crucible. It gets bad very, very quickly. I'm just going to throw some loads of stacks of sand in there. And this is what you don't want to be doing. This. You can see it all bubbling over there. And you can see those numbers there. That's far, far more than you should be putting into one of these crucibles. Now what this is doing, let's get my lens out. Where's my lens there? Now, if I look at this through the lens, you see over there on the left-hand side, top left, you see the pink bar. The pink bar is the good magic, and the purple bar is the bad stuff. Usually, you should have a tiny, tiny little sliver of purple down the bottom of your screen, but as you can see, that is getting pretty silly, pretty intense. And what that is doing, all that bad magic that's coming out there, mess up. You see all that purple coming out there, that haze? That's what we call flux. That's all the bad magic dispersing itself into the atmosphere, and what it's doing is it's feeding the area around it. You can see, don't even see the shadows down on the ground. They move around. Alright. Right. So yeah, that is what that's doing. It's basically feeding out lots of flux into the atmosphere and causing. Let's see down there, that shadow down there on the sand. That's kind of like a bit of a warning of what's to come. That's as I move around, it changes up. There we go. Right, so that's that. You don't want to be doing it. You don't want to be playing with that stuff. And this stuff is still. Oh no, okay. Tainted soil. Right. So this stuff is obviously not active. I think it's going to slowly disperse. As you can see, it's done some damage here. And there we go. Right, so let's go back home. Okay, don't need that. Ooh, sun's going down. Ooh, got back just in time. Nice, nice. Kind of would like to show you my telescope before I finish for today. Yeah, we've got 10 minutes left. Plenty of time for telescopes. So what I should be doing is having a look. Let's get my Astral Sorcery book back out. There we go. Now, in the book, you have the constellations in the night sky. You can see that they're very particular shapes. There's Almar, Aegitas, Vicio, Evorcio, and Decidia. So what I'm going to be doing is looking for these star shapes in the night sky, and then what you have to do with the telescope, you actually have to draw the lines. Now, I've never done this before, but I'm kind of hoping. Let's have a look. Yeah, not enough yet. But you see it is building up quite nicely. Oh yeah, that's come up really nice and quick now. Yeah, sun's gone down. Night sky's coming, these guys are both feeding. Hopefully, this will reach the point where we can start the crafting recipe. Yeah, it's coming up nice and quick. Come on, make it, you know you want to. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Come on, you can do it, you can do it. A bit more. A bit more. There we go. Okay, let's get it crafting. Okay, we have a telescope. Okay, so let's just pop this down somewhere, because I have a telescope. Yeah. This is the thing I actually wanted to do today. This is the one thing I actually wanted to have a little play around with. So I'm just going to pop it down there. Look at that. Oh, that is really, really cool. So, yeah, that's nice. Proper telescope. Yeah. So, right click on the telescope. Oh no. So, how do we move this around the night? Oh! Look at that. You can actually rotate the telescope through the night sky. And then there's a pattern there, look. I wonder whether it's stars down the bottom. Right, let's have a look at our constellations quickly. If it's that one, Evorcio. One down the bottom. Like that. Yeah, could be. Yeah, look at that. It says down here, like, discovered constellation Evorcio. So now, when we come out of the telescope, we should see that. Oh, that is really cool. So they are by the moon there. You can just see it. You can actually see the constellation mapped out in the night sky. That is really good. And as you can see, that if I stand in one place and look up at the sky, you can see that the constellation is moving across the night sky with the moon. So I've mapped out, I've discovered the constellation, and it's moving across the night sky. Right. 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 I wonder who that is. Yes, I know who that is. I know who that is. Right, so let's see quickly if we can get another constellation. So let's have a look. Ooh, what's this one? Stars down the bottom there. There's a kind of a shape down the bottom there. Let's have a look. Look at our constellations. Oh, maybe it's that one, Decidia. Okay. So it lines down the bottom, so... I don't know, I think it's kind of like a bit of a, like a square down the bottom there. Maybe it's not that one. Constellation. Means it can only be one of these 5. Maybe it's that one, Vicio. Let's have a look. These are kind of hard to see because you've got to look at the big stars here to see which ones you're doing right. Well, we'll get there, Essentially, yeah, you see as I'm looking, the actual telescope itself is turning and looking at different parts of the night sky. That's really good, I like that. And see, there's that constellation we discovered up there in the sky. So basically, once you've discovered the 5 major constellations, then you can start looking into getting the I think there's another 16 or so like minor constellations, and they all do different things. That's going to be kind of funky. Right, so yeah, there we go. We have a telescope. That's my prime achievement for today. Have a quick look at the boat, see if there's anything else we can do quickly. We've only got a couple of minutes left, so... Right, okay, so you can do other things apart from the iron. That's just telling you about transmutations. Active channeling attunement. Right, so there are quite a lot of other things you can actually do with this. It's a crystal lens. Oh, that's interesting. Shooting stars can be seen falling from above, covering whatever is left after impact might be of value to the scholar and stars. That's useful to know. What's that about? These things look like fun. Celestial gateway. What you basically do, you build one of these. I actually might do this because I've got this one here. This celestial gateway, what it is basically a teleportation center. So what I could do is, for example, build one over here, and then I'm going to sleep through the rest of the night. The moon's going down. I'm just go and have a look. Okay, sleep through the rest of the night. So that altar I was showing you earlier on, the one that I've modified, I actually discovered, this sword just in case. Look who's outside the door waiting for me. You. Dude. Not gonna happen. Yeah. Oh, you exploded outside my front door. Look at the mess. Seriously? Oh, really? Okay, fine. Well, you know, we'll tidy that up when I come back. So yeah, I was looking outside my base. Oh, hello. Actually, I know what I've got for him. Here's my glove. There we go. We'll play with Skelly. Hello. Oh, actually, no, that's not a good idea because he's underneath my tree, isn't he? No, because I end up sitting right to my tree and I don't want to do that. No, what I'm going to do, I was coming over here to look for something and then I suddenly discovered that there is a huge thing of mountains just over this way, which is where I've set up my... Look at the map. Am I going in the right direction? Yeah, kind of. It's a lot further than I thought it was. Okay, never mind. Well, maybe I'll show you that tomorrow. Basically, there's a set of mountains over there which look like a really nice place to set up the astral sorcery altars. I might actually move it all up there when I get a bit further on with the mod, because it's a lot better if you're higher up. I think as you get to the more advanced crafting, you're going to need that height to allow you to... Oh, bloody hell. Ooh. Missed him. Dude, don't go in the tree. Okay. Hey, not bad. Not bad. Oh, it's that's the way to sort creepers out. So anyway, oh, we've run over the end. We've run end of the allocated time. So thanks everyone for watching. And if you're having fun, please follow my Twitch channel. That will all help out in the end. And I shall be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. And thank you very much for watching. I'll be posting these the stream up on YouTube once we're done. Okay, so bye for now.